What's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another Husky Headface Book Club. And this is the summary for Chapter 4 of Queen Afua's book, A Sacred Woman. And the Chapter 4 was entitled, The Care of the Womb. Now, Chapter 4, I'm going to jump right into it. I ain't got time to hold you up today. And Chapter 4 was a pretty extensive chapter, as it starts to tell you methods and meditations, more specific meditations, methods, baths, and things of that nature. It starts to really get into specifics of those things. Like if you get in the bath, you want to do it with the Dead Sea salt or the Epsom salt, as well as adding in ginger, grated. It starts to go into depth. So this one was about the care of the womb. In this, you also get a sneak peek of some of the foods and things to eat. When you think of the womb, if you haven't by now understood that the womb is both physical and spiritual in this book, then you must know that the womb is the central part of everything of that woman to live. So once the womb is taken care of, then that woman can finally live. That queen can live. Every woman is a queen that's in her, but do queens have to clean up? Yes. Do kings have to clean up? Yes, we do as well. So some of the things we talk about in this, and some of the things that's talked about in this, in Chapter 4, is some of the alternatives to eating some of the regular things and how we treat our bodies, or more specifically for women, because this is a circuit woman. So some of the things she mentions and go into detail about is juice therapies, eating live foods, some of the nature's herbs, and water therapy, movement and breath, essential oils, clay infusions, and all those good things. And she starts off in this chapter talking about eating to live. I'm really going back and forth with this book. I have it highlighted, as you can see. But some of the things like mango, papaya, coconut water, ginger, sorrel, honeydew, celery, all these type of things that are live, that are natural, and that's really aiding in the rebuilding of the woman's womb. And I feel like it really translates to men as well. She's trying to say in this to take a more natural approach to your living and to your health. We all sometimes fall down, or we've been on this road of unhealthy living, which entails processed foods, thoughts, and all that bad stuff. We've been on this road for years. I'm upward going into my 30s. So I've been on this bad road for years, and it's not okay, but it can be reverted. So taking care of your womb and your internal self was Chapter 4, and it was saying, hey, we can eat better, we can do different things. Now she dives deep into women and their womb with like things about, you know, the wellness, the affirmation. Speaking affirmation is all about speaking positive things. She talks about the ancient mirror in this chapter, now, which is also referred to as okay, it's two meanings. But this mirror is, she says, use this to kind of, as a woman, to look down there and see, you know, what's going on and seeing where you stand. Some of the negatives of a compromised womb. She talks about the menstrual health, the reproductive system disorders. Menopause can come early, but it can be reverted. But she goes into details about some of the STDs like gonorrhea, vaginitis, and some of these things can be reverted. Some of these things can't. Like syphilis, for instance, but you can treat it. You can treat it more naturally. Now, she's not saying the treatment is end all be all. She does in this chapter, I must point out that she does in this chapter recommend that you see a doctor or specialist at times. But know that a doctor makes recommendations, and you can also save yourself by changing habits. So it's a balance, and you got to teeter that line. So she starts to go into the womb wellness profile. I want to show you all this. This is the womb wellness profile, and it's kind of like this little assessment to see where you are if you're a woman or queen, to see where you are. And once you get that, you're going to go through it, you fill it out, and once you get that kind of gist of where you are, it kind of tells you, it leads you to know what you have to do to better yourself. And a lot of things deals with period. I know a lot of women do struggle with menses, PMS, but she really tones in. She really lets you know that if you eat right, if you kind of cleanse your body of some of those toxins, then you'll probably be set on having lighter periods. The optimal period length is 1 to 3 days. So it is possible. But like I said, with years and years of things building and building, it's going to take some drastic changes. And in these drastic changes, she talks a lot about like juice therapies and cleanses, and some can be intense, she stated. Some can be intense. You may start seeing like bumps and stuff, and that's just your body cleansing and letting some of those toxins out. So don't feel afraid. Just kind of take it as it is what it is. But if it's too much, she does recommend for you to stop, slow it down, and if it's too bad, go see a doctor. So she's not negating that doctors are professionals. So always remember that. Celibacy she talked about too. In order to really tone yourself and be one with yourself, you must kind of restrain from sex. And if you're a partner, if you have a partner, a significant other, man, female, they should be able to understand. So honestly, guys, if you're trying to help your woman and you're trying to take this method as if, let's say if I was in the same situation, hey, my wife said no, man, it's no. And she has, go take a warm bath, like she said. Go take a warm bath with essential oils and relax, like calm those nerves. What to eat? Like, I'm gonna read this do eat section. Do eat lentils, sprouts, soybeans. Soy for men, kind of be mindful. Soybeans, tofu, peas, nuts, soy-based meats, TVP, which is texturized vegetable protein. Do not eat clams, oysters, lobster, shrimp. I know in this day and age, a lot of people love seafood, and seafood is great, you know. I myself, I like fish. I like shrimp. A lot. I mean, not too much of it, but I know right now it's a craze about seafood. It's like this whole upper echelon thing. If you're eating seafood, it's the it thing to do. But she says, be mindful of clams, oysters, lobster, shrimp. These are all brooms that clean up the ocean by gathering the toxins which you then eat. So just be mindful. Avoid pork, lamb, beef, chicken. This whole diet that she speaks of is mostly vegetarian, vegan. Use natural supplements she talks about as well. So vitamin C, you know what vitamin C does. B vitamin complex, vitamin E, lecithin. In chapter 4, she lets us know that mucus is the root cause of tumor growth. It's not a tumor or cancer is nothing but build up mucus in the body that has hardened and refuses to move. So she recommends like grapefruits and oranges, citrus fruits to break it down, along with water and kidney liver flush. I can attest to one time I was doing what is called the Daniel's fast, and you can't have any meat byproducts and all that type of stuff. Anything from an animal, you can't have eggs, dairy, all that good stuff. But I did it alongside with one of my good fellow brothers, my friends, and I can say after a week I was drinking like lemon water, cucumber with lime, cucumber with lemon water, and it was flushing me out. All I could eat was fresh vegetables, or you can use canned vegetables, fruits, and things of that nature, like brown rice. But I was seeing, I know it's kind of graphic, but I was seeing when I went to the restroom, mucus stuff like coming out of me. So as I was stating, the body will expand these things and will expand that mucus, that stuff that builds up and collects over time. Colon wellness, it's all the same. And she also lets us know that some of these health, though she talks about cleaning the womb and colon area, some of this stuff will help with breast cancer as well and other cancers in the body. So don't think that it's limited to just womb health. It's beneficial to the body as a whole, so it can target other areas as well. It goes into the ginger bath, where you can take fresh grated ginger root, put it in like a towel, wrap it up, sit it in the tub, and let it kind of dissipate, and that helps pull out the toxins of your bodies. Like I said, this was a great chapter. It went into a lot of details. Showers and baths, salt baths. She went into like different types of baths. You got your shower, you got your salt bath, your sitz bath, your ginger bath, your earth bath. You're probably thinking like, what the heck is an earth bath? But she kind of tells us that an earth bath is just, you sit in, you go to like a beach or something, you dig you a good hole, you keep your head, and you sit in beneath the sand. Now, be mindful that there's things in that sand, so you better make sure you got a good hole, good partner that's kind of like watching out for little critters. Healing drinks, water, herbal tonics, clay drink, wheatgrass. Wheatgrass, she says, is it's a very strong detoxifier. So be mindful when you drink that wheatgrass, and be aware of your changes, because if it's taking such a toll, you might want to kind of back off of it. Enemas, douches. If you want like natural douches, she got recipes in here. How to take an enema. It's very detailed in chapter 4. So to start your journey, take care of your womb, to start it and prep it for what's to come, you gotta really tone in on this chapter. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the last chapter of part 2. Part 2, which is womb wisdom. So going forward, chapter 5, 6, 7, and just to break the news to y'all, we're only doing 7 chapters. As far as book club, getting it out, editing it on YouTube and stuff, my number is 7. So after 7, then it's up to us as the readers alone to finish the books and stuff. So yeah, I know it's sad, but you gotta have faith in yourself. Spread your wings and fly. And she also had an instant where they went into the womb circle. She was in her womb circle and talk about like some of the rejuvenation techniques, and asked the women around like, how was it? Some women felt like it was good. Some women felt like, I still can't relax. Well, she gave encouraging words. And she also states that like, look, I know with the confines of the world and women being providers, that you want to you get in that mode of, man, I can't do all this. This is too much. But just start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. You got to just do it. You got to jump deep into it. I don't want to work out 24/7. Honestly, I just want to lose this weight. But I got to start somewhere. I got to get myself up, and I got to be like, hey, I don't care if it's around the corner and back. You got to walk, you got to jog, you got to run, you got to jump rope. So do it. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. So, she also goes into she tells you about the Sacred Womb Scroll and how to use that, but yeah, the Sacred Womb Scroll is, it's this document. So this document says you have like 9 zones, and it's like a column technically, but it tells you on some of the things you can focus on, like oils and incense. Anoint the womb of your mind, your heart, and your sacred, and these sacred scents and incense as you meditate or when inspired. The following oils were, and then it goes to like zone 9, it's a lotus oil. Zone 8 is frankincense. Then it tells you about stones and spirituality and stones. Higher womb consciousness. It's like these zones, she said, you can pick a zone and kind of focus on, and it may or may not match up with the gateway that you choose in later chapters, but some things may coincide, but it's just like learning and teaching. But you get all these things of what you want after you do that womb assessment that we talked about earlier, where you take your mirror, you kind of look down there, you kind of see and know what you need. But after you do that, then you know what you want out of your process. And like I said, this is more of a written out version of, it shows you the womb zones, like Let me see. Womb zones of oils and incense. Zone, like I said, zone 9. I don't know if you can see it. Shoot. Zone 9 is the lotus. Zone 8 is frankincense. Zone 7 is rosemary, sage, lavender, eucalyptus, cinnamon, fennel, rosemary again, juniper, frankincense. Like, then you have your stones. If you want to get into stone and charging your stones, you have zone 9 starting with the moonstone, clear quartz crystal, amethyst, sapphire, turquoise, aquamarine. So, yeah, this was a pretty in-depth chapter to tell you, to start you with taking care of your womb and how to start taking care of your womb a little bit better. And a big thing that she did reiterate in here that I do want to tell people, I know everything is so fast-paced and it feels like we can't ever relax, but women, y'all do go through a lot of body changes, a lot of providing to the good women. I'm just gonna put it out there. Not everybody has the same drive, but y'all do. Y'all are nurturers of us men, the children, and it's beautiful. And y'all are beasts. Y'all are beasts in a good way. But y'all have to. The one thing she did want to say was y'all have to rest. You have to rest your soul. You have to cut off your phone. You have to tell family, I love you, but I ain't talking today. Don't call me. You ain't even gotta tell them. Just don't answer your phone. It's okay. I always try to talk to my wife about that, but in summary, get some rest. It's called beauty rest because you all are beautiful. Get some rest. And if nobody has told y'all, I believe in y'all and I believe you're beautiful. I'm gonna leave you with this quick story, and it's such a truth and it really made me smile. The other day I was holding the door for this older black couple, and as they was leaving, as they was coming in, you can see the older woman, she was taking her time, and the son, I would think he was the son, he was coming to hold the door, and I was like, nah man, I got it, you go ahead. I was like, I'll hold it full. So he's like, oh, appreciate it. So she's coming along, taking her time, and I'm like, and she's like, oh, I'm coming. I'm like, it's okay, take your time, beautiful. And she says, she stops and she says, wow, thank you for calling me beautiful. And I let her know you are beautiful. So to all my queens, you all are beautiful. Y'all work hard, y'all strive hard, y'all are the backbone. And yeah, it's time for us men to step up and to be y'all backbone because you deserve it as well. But with that being said, get some beauty rest. Take a load off. Take some, I'm not talking hair and nails. That is so pretentious. I'm talking about really soothe your body and soothe your soul the right way with relaxation. And on that note, that's my little story. And that's chapter 4 summary in a nutshell. It's kind of longer than my other summaries. So I love y'all. And if I read and you read and we read, then we can make this whole world a better place. I'll see y'all for the book club meeting later on. Peace out. Holla.